O man, meditate thou on the Lord. With Lord's name nectar, thou shalt be satiated. The name nectar's relish is very sweet. By the Guru's word, its taste is revealed. The beloved himself is the pilgrim place and the raft, and himself the Lord ferries across. The beloved himself casts the net over the whole world, and God himself is the fish in it. Himself, the dear Lord, is infallible and error immune. Like him, I see no other second. Himself, the beloved, is Yogi's horn, also the sound of the horn, and himself plays the tune. The beloved is himself the Yogi's personality, and himself performs penance. He himself is the true Guru, and himself the disciple. The Lord himself imparts teaching. The beloved himself makes man contemplate the name, and himself embrace meditation. All by himself the beloved is the nectar, and by himself he quaffs the nectar. The Lord himself praises his own self. Nanak says, he himself is satiated with the Lord's elixir. Surat 4th Guru, the Lord himself is the balance, himself the weighman, and himself he weighs with weights. He himself is the merchant, himself the peddler, and himself making bargains. The beloved Lord has himself created the earth and has counterpoised it with a gram. Myself has attained peace by uttering Lord's name. The dear Lord God's name is the treasure, and perfect Guru has made it seem sweet unto me. The loved Lord is himself the earth, himself the water, and himself he does and makes others to do. The beloved Lord himself issues commands and keeps the water and land bound down. The beloved Lord himself inspires fear, and tying together the goat and the tiger, goads them on. The beloved Lord himself is the wood, and himself the fire. In wood he has deposited the fire. The beloved Lord all by himself is pervading everywhere. For fear of him, fire dare not burn the wood. Himself the beloved Lord kills and restores life. All take breath given by him. The beloved Lord himself is all powerful and eternal court, and he himself puts men to work. As the beloved Lord himself makes us walk, we walk. As is his pleasure, we do. The loved Lord himself is musician, and himself the instrument. Slave Nanak says he is playing the tunes which the Lord makes him play. Surat 4th Guru, himself the dear one creates the world and makes the light of the sun and moon. Himself the dear one is power of powerless, and himself the honor of humble. By his grace, the dear one himself protects, and himself is he wise and omniscient. O myself, contemplate thou on Lord's mighty name. In company of the holy, meditate thou the Lord God, thereby thou shalt not come and go again. Himself the dear one dispenses merits, and himself he approves these. The loved Lord himself bestows the boons, and himself he blesses with insignia of truth. Himself the dear Lord obeys his will, and himself he gives the command. The dear Lord himself is the treasure of meditation, and himself he bestows his gifts. The dear Lord himself engages man in his service, and himself he blesses him with honor. The dear Lord himself assumes profound trance, and himself is he treasure of merits. Himself the beloved Lord is the most exalted, and himself the supreme overlord. Himself the beloved Lord appraises worth, and himself is he the scale and weighs. The beloved Lord is unweighable and is weighed by himself. Slave Nanak is ever a sacrifice unto him. Surat 4th Guru, the beloved himself engages man in his service, and he himself blesses him with joy of his devotional service. Himself, beloved Lord, makes him sing his praise, and himself is he absorbed in his own word. The Lord himself is the pen, himself the scribe, and himself execute he the writing. O myself, utter thou the Lord's name with joy. The very fortunate ones obtain the profit of God's name, and through the perfect Guru, night and day they make merry. Himself the beloved is the milkmaid and Krishna, and himself grazes he the cows in the jungle. Himself the beloved is dark, and graceful, and himself he plays on flute. Assuming the form of a child, the beloved Lord himself slew and destroyed Kovaliyapir, the giant elephant. Himself, the beloved sets up the arena and performing the plays, he himself beholds them. The beloved by himself assumed the child form and killed Chandur, Kans, and Kesi. The beloved by himself is embodiment of power and smashes the power of fools and idiots. The beloved himself creates all the creatures and keeps in his own hands the power to guide their destinies. Himself, the beloved puts chains around the necks of the mortals, and as the Lord pulls them, so do they move. O dear, he who takes pride is destroyed. Nanak says, by meditating on the Lord, the devotees get absorbed in him. Surat 4th Guru, Dotukas separated from Lord since many births and being engaged in deeds of pride, the self-willed suffer sorrow. On seeing the Holy Guru, God was attained. O Lord, I have sought thine shelter. The Lord's love is supremely dear to me. When I met the company of holy persons, God, the peace incarnate, came into my heart. Thou, O Lord, day and night abidest hidden within my heart, but thy love the fools do not understand. On meeting the omnipotent true Guru, the Lord is revealed to me. His praises I sing and contemplate. Through the Guru, my mind is illumined and I have attained peace. My evil thoughts are dispelled from my mind. In the company of the true holy persons, I have come to know the mystery of the self and the Lord, O God, and I have obtained peace. They on whom is thy grace, O God, they meet the mighty Lord by obtaining the Guru. O Lord of woods, Nanak remains awake night and day contemplating on thee and has obtained the immeasurable celestial peace. Surat 4th Guru, with the love of the God, the core of my heart is pierced. Without God, I cannot live. As the fish perishes without water, so do I die without Lord's name. My Lord, by thy grace, bless me with the water of thy name. I crave for the name in my mind day and night, and by name I find peace. As the pied cuckoo wails without water, and without water his thirst is not quenched, similarly, it is through the Guru that water of divine bliss is obtained, and one is revered with love of the Lord. The self-willed are ever hungry and wander in 10 directions. Without the name, they suffer pain. They are born to die and again enter the circle of transmigration. At the Lord's portal, they are given punishment. If the Lord shows mercy, then man sings God's praise within his mind and attains God's elixir. The Lord has become merciful to humble Nanak, and his desire by him has been quenched with the Lord's name. Surat 4th Guru, Panchpada. If man eats up the uneatable, then he becomes a perfect person and through perfection attains wisdom. When the arrows of Lord's affection strike the body, then alone is doubt dispelled. O my Lord of the world, bless thine slave with the glory of thy name. O Lord, by Guru's teaching, manifest thy name in me, that I may ever abide under thy protection. This entire world is subject to coming and going. O my insensate and foolish mind, remember thou the Lord. O reverend Lord, take pity and unite me with the Guru, that I may merge in God's name. He whose commodity the name is, that Lord alone knows, and he alone obtains it whom he gives. Supremely beautiful, unapproachable, and unfathomable is this commodity, the name. Through the perfect Guru, the unknowable Lord is known. He who tastes it alone knows its taste. Like the sweets tasted by the dumb, a jewel hidden may not remain so, however much some one hides it. Everything is thine, thou who knows the inside of all the selves, art the beauteous Lord of all. He alone receives this gift whom thou blessed with it, O Lord. Slave Nanak says, none else can receive it. Surat 5th Guru, Kar 1st Titukas, the creator of all is one, the only one. He is realized by true Guru's grace. Whom should I beg and whom worship when all are created by the Lord? Whosoever appear to be the greatest of the great, they all will ultimately mix with the dust. The fearless, the formless Lord, the destroyer of dread, gives all comforts and 9 treasures. O Sire Lord, with thine gifts I am satiated. Why should one praise the petty man? Why should one depend on him? All the things belong to him who meditate on the God. The Lord appeases his hunger. The bestower of peace confers such wealth which is never exhausted. The true Guru has united me in Lord's union, and I am now happy, being absorbed in the supreme bliss. O myself, contemplate thou the name, meditate on the name, and day and night discourse on the name. Hear thou the teachings of the holy saints, and all thy fear of death shall vanish. They on whom my Lord becomes merciful are dedicated to the Guru's hymns. Who can appraise thy worth, O Lord? Thou art compassionate to all the beings. All that thou does prevails. What can we children do, O Lord? Save thou thy serf Nanak and be merciful to him as a father is to his son. Surat 5th Guru, Kar 1st Chautuka. O brother, praise thou the Lord of the world and keep him in thy mind, body and heart. The true Lord be within thy mind, O brother, this is the purest deed of life. The bodies from which the name arises not, O brother, those bodies are reduced to ashes. O brother, I am sacrifice unto the society of the holy persons who lean on the support of one Lord alone. O brother, meditate thou on that true Lord alone, who has the power to do all things. The perfect Guru has made it known to me that without him there is not any other, O brother. Without the name, O brother, the mortals putrefy and die. Their number cannot be reckoned. Without truth, putrefaction is not attained. O brother, true and unfathomable is the Lord. False is the pride of worldly valuables. Attached to them, man's coming and going does not end. Blessing with even a particle of the name, the exalted Guru saves myriads of men. Simritis and Shastras I have searched, but without the true Guru, doubt does not go. The mortal grows tired of doing good many deeds, and again he falls into the mammon's net. I have searched in 4 directions. Without the true Guru, there is no place. By greatest good fortune, I have obtained the Guru, and I now meditate on Lord God's name. Ever pure is the truth, and pure are they who are true. He on whom is the Lord's grace, by him is the Lord attained. Amongst millions of men, rarely one such person is found. Nanak is imbued with the true name, hearing which the mind and body are rendered pure. Surat 5th Guru, Dotukas. As long as this man believes in friendship and enmity, that long it is difficult for him to meet God. So long as man discriminates between his self and another, till then there remains a difference between him and the Lord. O Lord of wealth, grant me such understanding that I serve only the God's devotees and seek their feet's shelter, and do not forget the Lord even for a moment and twice. O my foolish, unthoughtful, and fickle-minded mind, such a thing did not occur to thyself, that forsaking the Lord of life, thou art engrossed in others and are attached with thine enemies. If the mortal does not have egoism, then woe does not affect him. From the holy society, this realization has come. Consider the prating of the mammon worshipper as vain like the waft of wind. With millions of sins, this mind is enveloped. What can then man say? O Lord Nanak, thine humble slave has entered thy asylum. Pray write off his account. Surat 5th Guru, son's wife People and women of the household are the relationships of wealth. None of them will stand by thee at the last moment. Their love is false, O man. Why pamperest thou thy body? It shall fly away like a cloud of smoke. Contemplate thou over the one beloved Lord. In three ways is the body disposed of after creation: thrown in water, put before the dogs, or burnt to ashes. Man, considering himself immortal, sits in his home and forgets the cause of causes. In innumerable ways, the Lord has made the beads and has strung them on the frail thread.